Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Champions League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. It's been a long time and yeah, it is, well, basically back for us to make our transfers and sort our teams out for the round of 16. So in this video, I'm not going to completely like fix up the team. I'm just going to go through like some strategies. I'm going to look at some players and yeah, just basically do like an overview on what happened in the group stages and so on, and and talk about like the strategies that we looked at. So let's just have a quick little look. So I hope that you guys can see this properly. I'm going to see if I can make this better. So groups in the group stages, we spoke about using the all of the chips available for us, like the limitless chip and the wild card in the group stages. And for me personally, and what I have seen, it has worked for a lot of people. And I have seen this before. I've been playing this game for such a long time now, and got decent ranks. I think like a couple of top 5k finishes. Now I'm in a top, what is it? Let's have a look. I think it's like 1,000, right? Yeah, 1,514, and that's really good. It's really good right now. Still got a lot of points to gain, but the strategy has worked out using the chips in the group stages, and I'm going to continue to use that unless something changes. So that worked out really well, although like Matchday 1 could be a little bit difficult to kind of predict on what's going to happen. I think when we looked at it, we just went for it. We just went for the average really for Matchday 1, and we saw how teams played against each other, and yeah, that's when I limitless in Matchday 2. I got 104 points. Then I wildcarded in Matchday 3 to because in Matchday 3 and Matchday 4, teams play against each other twice, so that worked out really well. And then Matchday 5, difficult to predict on what's going to happen there, and a lot of people will probably use their chips in Matchday 5 as well. And Matchday 6, I guess it was just one of those match days where you pick players that's got something to play for. There is going to be some that is going to be risky, but most of the times you want to go for players that will get you, like, has got something to play for. So that's what my transfers were like, bringing like Otamendi and so on. But yeah, so those strategies worked out really well. And now for the new strategies, and what do we do now? Well, I think right now, look, we got the unlimited transfers, okay, and we have given at least 5 million. I got 5.6 because price rises and so on. What we need to do is, for round of 16 and round like its first leg and second leg, it's to just bring in like players that is going to go to the next round, that is going to go through. That's it. That's all we got to do. There could be a couple of good differentials as well to kind of help us out, but I think a lot of people will get similar players, and it all depends on the fixtures as well. So as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 chances to get a captain correct. So that's good news. That's what we want to see, right? And the other strategy is like, what I'm trying to say is like, try and get in like captain option for each day. So here I'll probably go for a Manchester City player. Here I'll go for Bayern Munich, or maybe even Salah. Here maybe Chelsea or Juventus player. It could be any other player if you want to. And maybe Ronaldo or something at the end if I can't get the points that I want in the beginning. For me, I like to get the points early on board instead of waiting all the way to the end. And the other strategy is this here. These deadlines. We'll be able to find out like the Manchester City lineup against Sporting. I mean, I reckon Manchester City is just gonna destroy Sporting. That's just what I'm thinking, and I want to bring in at least 3 Manchester City players. However, they rotate a lot, But in this game, we'll be able to know the team lineup because it goes all the way to 8 o'clock. And as you can see, 8 o'clock is the start kickoff. So that's good. That will determine how I will set up. I'll create like a little bit of a template in the next video, but for now I'm just like going through it. So my thoughts here, like Sporting versus Manchester City, I think Manchester City will do well, and at home, yeah, that's good. They're just gonna hope that you pick the right one. I'm just gonna have a look at the second leg. So we got Bayern Munich and Liverpool players. Okay, I guess they will play their best players anyway. They won't rotate that much. But yeah, so PSG, Real Madrid, difficult game to predict. Not sure who's going to win. Messi, you know, Benzema, they could all do well. Messi can, yeah, I'm thinking like bringing Messi, but it's difficult, you know, who's going to go through it, and they're quite expensive. You know, if they don't, then you got a problem of, you know, transferring them out in the next round. Yeah, Bayern Munich players, I'm going to load up on them. Probably Salah and Trent against Inter Milan, although Inter Milan could cause a threat there. Real against Juventus. Not sure what's going to happen here, but this is where the like differentials can kick in. And Chelsea as well. You got like Jorginho, that could be a great option, cheap on penalties. And, you know, he's a player that actually is consistent and it just brings points, which is good. And one penalty, he's just going to get a big amount of return. So that's what I'm thinking. And for now, like for me, being at a decent rank, I don't really need to, you know, risk it too much. So if I think the front line will look like this, I might remove Foden. So I'm just like removing a couple of players to sort out. So something like this. I probably no, Danjuma has actually been good for me, but it's got Juventus. Not sure what's going to happen there. So I'm not going to really fix up the team here, guys. I'm just going to like probably just go through it quite quickly. Like for strikers, yeah, let's just go for strikers. Haller, Lewandowski is the two top players scoring a lot of points for us. Mbappe, Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a difficult one. It's quite expensive, and you might get a better captain option. You might get a captain return early. There's a couple of like big differentials that could do well, so I'm just gonna go for percentages as well. Like Ronaldo's high, Lewandowski 46. So even if you bring Haller in and he returns, you're still going to gain rank. So that's good. Look at this, Messi is 17%, and he's quite, you know, he's a very good player. Like with Lukaku, it's just one of those things, right? If he plays, then he's always got a chance to do well. Benzema is 11%, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of like big differentials that could do well. Like if you know that Jota's going to start, you know, big differential, 5%. There's a lot of other players that you can go for. Now for midfielders, as you can see, Mo Salah is the main one. You got cheap players, as you can see, 4.7 Alvarez, that could help. This is basically a squad player. It's going to help you out. Jorginho is definitely going to be my team because of how cheap he is, and you can see the big returns that he can do. Mahrez, a lot of people will probably like miss out on Mahrez against Sporting, but me, like I'll be ready for that move because I think Mahrez could be a great option. If we go to total points, as you can see, Sane 65 points, Salah with 52, Danjuma a massive differential that I had for such a long time, and he bought big amount of points, and he's the one that's actually helped me out to get the rank that I want because of like, look at that, selected by 3%, and him being quite cheap as well kind of helped out. Mahrez here, like, look, 9.4 is expensive, but once you see that lineup, get Mahrez in, even captain him. You know, he's on penalties as well, 8%. So there's a lot of players here that could help us out a lot. So there's a lot of players that we could still gain a lot of points from. And if we look at the defenders, most of these defenders are pretty similar. If we look at like selected by, yeah, like Hakimi is always up there because of his chance like to do really well, but he actually did not perform that well in the Champions League. Trent will definitely be my team, Cancelo as well, probably Rudiger. a lot of Premier League defence there. And probably Kimmich as well, if I can fit him in. He's a very good player, but yeah, I mean, he hasn't really returned that well, but he's a player that can return. Goalkeeper wise, I think I will go for one main goalkeeper and one very, very cheap one, just in case. I think that's what I'll do. But yeah, if I need the money, I'll probably just go for 2 cheap players. I might even just do 1 cheap player, because goalkeepers don't really get a lot of points. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, as you can see, there's not many goalkeepers that got big amount of points. As you can see, they're in the 30 mark. The defenders as well. It's just very difficult to predict, but they're consistent. There's a lot more defenders that is in that 40 mark, 30, 35 and above. Midfielders is where you can probably gain a big amount of return if they score. They got a higher chance to score as well. And strikers are very good in this game. They're the big players that gives us the points that we need for our captain. So yeah, just thought I'll just go through it, talk to you guys about it, get the conversation going, because I need to start thinking about my team and thinking about another video towards the end of the week. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. What do you guys think? What's your plans? Where are you at? What you trying to aim for? If you haven't done well and you don't have the best rank in the world, you still got, I'll say, this round and at least the next one to gain decent amount of rank to get where you want to get. I think last season, I was around 50 or 100k or something like that, and I went down to 10k. So it can happen. You just have to play it right, I guess, and pick the right players at the right time. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you. Please give the video a like, as it helps my channel out a lot, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.